Hi, welcome to Spec Hunter. I've always had a soft spot for small tablets. For more than 2 years, my daily driver has been Lenovo's Y700 series. Lenovo has done a great job with that line, and it has been one of the few real options in this size. Part of the reason is Lenovo's consistency. The other part is the lack of competition. Apple has stuck with a 60 Hz display on the iPad mini, which feels dated. Most Android tablets have been low-cost, entry-level models that don't really compete in performance. If you wanted a compact but powerful tablet, Lenovo was pretty much the only option worth looking at. That's what makes today exciting. Redmagic has stepped into this market with their first ever small tablet, the Redmagic Astra. On paper, it looks like they've gone all out. It's not just a small gaming tablet. It's a device that, in many ways, surpasses Lenovo's Y700 line. So, what makes this tablet different, and is it really better than the trusted Y700? Let's go through everything step by step. When you open the box, things are kept very simple. You get the tablet itself, called the Astra, or the Tablet 3 Pro if you buy in China. Along with that, there's an 80-watt fast charger and a red USB-C to USB-C cable. That's all you get. There are no extra items, no unnecessary filler, and no gimmicks. It's a clean package focused only on what you need. One of the biggest highlights of the Astra is its battery. To give you perspective, the iPad mini comes with a 5,078 milliamp hours battery. The Lenovo Y700 3rd generation had 6,550 milliamp hours. The 4th generation improved that to 7,500 milliamp hours. The Astra beats them all with a massive 8,200 milliamp hours battery. That's the best capacity in its class. I've been using it for about 3 weeks, and the battery life has been excellent. Sure, if you push it with Diablo mode, you can drain it faster. But in regular use, it easily lasts long enough for a full day of heavy work or play. Charging is also impressive. It can reach around 50% in just over 20 minutes, which is very convenient if you need a quick top-up before heading out. A full charge takes a little over an hour, which is fast for a battery this large. This means you spend less time plugged in and more time using it. The display is another area where the Astra stands out. One reason I often switch between the Y700 and Samsung tablets like the Tab S6 or Tab S9 was the display. The Y700 had great ergonomics and a comfortable size, but it used LCD. Samsung's OLED screens always pulled me back because of their deep blacks and vibrant colors. With the Astra, I no longer need to choose. It gives me the compact size I love from the Y700, but with a beautiful OLED panel. On paper, the resolution is a little lower than Lenovo's LCD, about 100 pixels per inch less. But in reality, I didn't notice it at all. What I did notice were the punchy colors, the extra brightness outdoors, and the amazing experience of watching videos at night. The black bars were finally true black, not that washed-out gray you get with LCD. This panel is a joy to look at and easily one of the Astra's best features. Adding to that experience are the speakers. Redmagic has placed them on the sides in a way that avoids muffling when you hold the tablet. They are loud, clear, and punchy, right on par with Lenovo's strong speakers. Watching movies or playing games feels immersive, with both the sound and visuals coming together beautifully. That said, the Astra does have some quirks. One of them is the USB-C port. On paper, it's fantastic. It supports USB 3.2 speeds and Redmagic's console mode, letting you connect the tablet to a monitor and expand what it can do. The problem is placement. Because the speakers are centered to avoid being blocked by your hands, the port has been pushed off-center. This makes it awkward if you're using controllers. If it had to be off-center, I would have preferred on the other side. That way, the tablet would sit higher when paired with a telescopic controller. The power button is another small detail worth noting. Its placement can sometimes lead to accidental presses when you're using certain controllers. It doubles as a fingerprint scanner, which is a nice feature. But since this is an OLED display, it would have been even better to include an under-display fingerprint scanner. Not a deal breaker, but definitely something I hope to see. There's also the issue of expandable storage. The Astra does not support microSD. Lenovo removed the slot with the Y700 third generation, but brought it back with the fourth. If Astra had included it, this tablet would have been nearly perfect for me. But they didn't, which means your only choice is to pick the storage option carefully. I ended up buying the 1 TB version because I knew I'd use it long term, and I didn't want to run out of space. It feels like a marketing strategy, and in my case, it worked. Another missing feature is the headphone jack. This one is surprising. Redmagic still includes headphone jacks in their gaming phones, which shows they believe it's important for gamers. But on this 9-inch gaming tablet, they left it out. Instead, they added a physical toggle switch on the side. By default, it launches Game Space, but you can remap it to perform other tasks. One unique point is that the Astra comes with an IP54 rating, which gives some dust and water resistance. But this also raises questions about cooling. Redmagic has equipped the Astra with a 20,000 RPM fan, liquid metal, and a large vapor chamber. On paper, that looks impressive. In reality, this is the hottest device I've tested in over a decade. During stress tests, it went over 65 degrees Celsius. Even the cooler areas stayed above 50. At those temperatures, it becomes uncomfortable to hold. However, there's more nuance here. These extreme numbers only show up in Diablo mode, which pushes the hardware to its limits. In Rise mode, the temperature drops by around 5 degrees. In Balance mode, it goes even lower, staying in the low 50s. It's still warm, but much more manageable. This flexibility is actually useful. If you dock the tablet or use it with a controller, you can push it to Diablo mode for maximum performance. If you're holding in your hands, you can switch to a cooler mode. Another handy feature is bypass charging. You can power the tablet directly from the charger without stressing the battery. This is great for long gaming sessions, especially when you're docked or playing with controllers. Even so, Lenovo's Y700 Gen 4 does have a strong advantage here. It manages to post slightly higher benchmark scores while staying cooler, all without a fan or liquid metal. Its hottest spot is only around 40 degrees. That's a big difference. For someone who plays directly on the touchscreen, the Y700 might still be the better choice. For me, though, the Astra wins because of the OLED display, which is something I've been waiting for in a compact tablet. Looking at the rest of the specs, the Astra is packed with high-end hardware. It comes with LPDDR5X RAM, UFS 4.1 Pro storage, and strong haptic feedback thanks to dual X-axis linear motors. It's slightly heavier than the Y700, about 30 grams more, but that feels fair given the larger display and bigger battery. On the software side, it runs Android 15 with Redmagic OS. I did run into a few quirks. For example, in the recent app screen, it's easy to accidentally pin apps. That gets annoying, especially since split screen mode is tied to the Recents menu. The usual top bar shortcut for split screen is missing. There's a gesture option, but it doesn't feel as smooth. To be fair, I'm using the Chinese firmware, so the global version might not have this issue. Price is another factor to consider. The Astra costs more than Lenovo's Y700. And if you plan to use it for gaming, especially for running Windows games through the Game Fusion emulator, you'll want one of the higher storage versions. At that point, the price gap between Astra and Lenovo becomes significant, especially since Lenovo offers microSD expansion. For me personally, the Astra makes sense. I want a compact OLED tablet for years. With this device, I no longer need to keep both a Y700 and a Tab S9. The Astra replaces them both. But I understand that for most people, the Y700 still offers better overall value if you're fine with a top-tier LCD instead of OLED. At the end of the day, the Astra is an excellent tablet. It does run hot, and it misses a couple of features that could have made it even better. But it delivers strong performance, a gorgeous display, great speakers, and a solid design. For their first mini tablet, Redmagic has done a fantastic job. So, which one would you pick? The cooler Lenovo Y700 with expandable storage, or the Redmagic Astra with that OLED display and top-end hardware? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe for more coverage like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. For more videos, please like and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated with the latest uploads.